What kind of women do men really like? It's a question that seems simple, but the answers are far from obvious. You've probably heard all the clichés. Men like confident women. Men like submissive women. Men want beauty. Men want peace. Men like the chase. Men want someone just like their mom. And on and on. But what if I told you it's not that black and white? Because here's the truth. Men don't all want the same thing, but most men are drawn to the same feelings. Let me explain. Attraction is emotional. It's not just about a look or a trait or a perfect body. It's about how a woman makes a man feel when he's around her. And that changes everything. So, in this video, we're diving deep. We'll uncover the types of women men feel pulled toward emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Some of these will surprise you. Some will challenge what you've always believed. And some might make you realize you've been trying to be someone you're not, just to be liked. Let's start with this. The number one trait men secretly crave in a woman. The number one trait men crave: emotional safety. So, what's the number one trait? Emotional safety. It might not sound sexy. It might not even sound romantic. But it's powerful. And rare. When a man feels emotionally safe with a woman, he can let his guard down. He doesn't have to perform. He doesn't have to impress. He doesn't have to win. He can just be. Most men live in a world where they're constantly expected to be strong, to compete, to lead, to never show weakness. Even among friends, many men don't fully open up. So when he meets a woman who makes him feel seen, not judged, not pressured, it's magnetic. It's not about fixing him. It's about accepting him. Not babying him, but respecting him, even in his vulnerable moments. And no, this doesn't mean being a doormat. It doesn't mean tolerating bad behavior. It means creating space for honesty without punishment, for truth without manipulation. Here's the twist. Some of the most desirable women on the surface, the ones who are gorgeous, successful, confident, don't make men feel emotionally safe. They intimidate, or they criticize, or they demand perfection. Meanwhile, a woman who is deeply present, kind, and grounded, even if she's not conventionally perfect, will often draw men in without even trying. Because emotional safety feels like home. And when a man finds home in a woman, everything changes. But emotional safety is just the beginning. Let's talk about the next surprising trait that pulls men in, one that's often misunderstood. Feminine energy. Feminine energy. Misunderstood but magnetic. Let's talk about feminine energy. It's one of the most misunderstood concepts and one of the most magnetic forces. First, let's be clear. Feminine energy is not weakness. It's not about being passive. It's not about dimming your light or making yourself smaller to please a man. Feminine energy is about receiving. It's about being in the moment. It's about feeling, not always fixing. It's about intuition, emotion, softness, flow, in a world where everyone is told to hustle, compete, and dominate. A woman who embraces her feminine essence is unforgettable. Now here's the wild part. Many women today are stuck in masculine energy without realizing it. They lead. They solve. They chase. They plan every detail. Not because they want to, but because life has forced them to. To survive. To succeed. To be enough. But in relationships, masculine energy meets feminine energy like fire meets water. They balance each other. When a man with true masculine energy meets a woman who is confidently in her feminine, he doesn't just feel attraction. He feels alive. She reminds him to slow down, to feel, to enjoy, to breathe. She becomes a source of warmth, not pressure, of depth, not demands. And no, this doesn't mean playing a role or faking softness. True feminine energy isn't about pretending. It's about releasing control, letting your heart lead instead of your checklist. It's the look in your eyes when you're fully present. It's the laughter that bubbles up without planning. It's the quiet power of just being. And here's the magic. Men crave that. Deeply. Even if they don't know how to ask for it. So, if you're tired of trying to be perfect, if you're tired of proving your worth, maybe it's time to come home to your feminine. Because when you do, you stop chasing love and start attracting it. Now let's talk about something just as powerful. The kind of confidence that men can't ignore. Real confidence. Not loud, but unshakable. Let's talk about confidence. Not the kind that's loud, not the kind that shouts, posts selfies, or tries to be the center of attention. I'm talking about the kind of confidence that doesn't need to explain itself. The kind that feels like peace. The kind that walks into a room and doesn't need to prove anything because she knows who she is. That kind of confidence is magnetic to men. Why? Because it's rare. Most people walk around unsure of themselves, chasing validation from others. But a woman who feels good in her skin, without needing outside approval, stands out like a lighthouse in the dark. Here's what that looks like. She's okay being alone. She doesn't beg for attention. She doesn't panic if someone doesn't text back. She doesn't twist herself to fit into someone else's expectations. She knows what she wants, but doesn't demand it. She welcomes love, but doesn't chase it. She holds standards, but with grace, not aggression. And here's the most beautiful part. Her confidence doesn't compete. It invites. It says, "This is me. You're welcome to step into my world, but I won't shrink to fit into yours." This kind of woman makes a man feel calm and challenged at the same time. He respects her. He wants to protect her, not because she's weak, but because she's valuable. Confidence, when it's quiet and rooted, doesn't push people away. It draws the right people closer. And you don't need to be extroverted or successful or flawless to have this kind of confidence. You just need to stop apologizing for who you are. You need to trust your own presence. That's what men notice. That's what makes them think, "She's different." So let's recap. White heavy check mark emotional safety. White heavy check mark feminine energy. White heavy check mark rooted confidence. These are deep, powerful traits that go beyond surface attraction. But let's be honest. Yes, physical attraction matters too. So in the next section, we'll talk about what kind of physical presence men are truly drawn to, and it's not what you think. The woman who inspires growth. There's a type of woman men never forget. She's not just beautiful. She's not just sweet. She's not just fun. She's the one who challenges him without shaming him, who believes in him without rescuing him, who sees more in him and invites it to come alive. This woman doesn't push. She pulls. She doesn't lecture or nag. She asks bold, honest questions. She doesn't attack his weaknesses. She reflects his potential. And here's the key. She's not trying to change him. She's not in love with his future version. She simply holds a mirror and lets him choose to rise. This is a delicate balance. Many women fall into two traps. 1. Trying to fix a man, thinking love will transform him. 2. Lowering their standards, hoping he'll eventually step up. Neither works. But the woman who holds space with grace, who stays grounded in her own growth while inspiring his, becomes unforgettable. She's not afraid to walk away from mediocrity. She doesn't tolerate emotional laziness. But she also doesn't punish or control. She leads by being, not by forcing. A man in the presence of this kind of woman starts to feel something different. He wants to be better. Not to earn her love, but because her love awakens something deeper in him. It's not pressure. It's permission. And often, it's the first time he's experienced it. Because most of the world tells men, be a man. Don't feel too much. Don't need anyone. Win at all costs. But this woman? She says, you can be strong and soft. You can lead and feel. You can be powerful and vulnerable. And she doesn't just say it, she lives it. Her life is her message. Her joy is contagious. Her boundaries are clear. Her presence is inspiring. That kind of energy makes a man want to show up fully. Not out of obligation, but out of honor. Because deep down, every man wants to feel like the hero of his own story. And when a woman reflects that possibility, with love, with truth, and without control, she becomes the muse. Not the project, not the reward. The muse. Now, let's bring it all together. In the final section, we'll explore what truly makes a woman unforgettable and why being liked isn't the goal at all. The truth about being the one. So now we've explored it all. White heavy check mark emotional safety. White heavy check mark feminine energy. White heavy check mark grounded confidence. White heavy check mark radiant physical presence. White heavy check mark and the power to inspire growth. But here's the truth. You don't need to become any of these things to be loved. You already hold them inside you. The journey isn't about changing who you are. It's about remembering. Because the most unforgettable women are not the ones who try to be what every man wants. They're the ones who have the courage to be fully themselves. Raw, unfiltered, real. They don't chase being liked. They choose being honest. They stop asking, what do men want? And start asking, what do I want to feel in love? Because when you anchor into your own truth, the right man feels it. He doesn't just notice you. He recognizes you. Like coming home to something he didn't know he was missing. So, here's the shift. Stop chasing love by editing yourself. Start attracting love by embodying yourself. You don't need to compete. You don't need to perform. You don't need to wait for permission to be worthy. The kind of woman men truly want is the one who is at peace with herself. Not perfect, not flawless, but grounded, present, and alive. And the irony? The moment you stop trying to be the one, you become unforgettable. Headphone, if you've made it this far, thank you. I hope this video helped you see your own beauty in a deeper way. If it moved you, even a little, don't keep it to yourself. Seedlings, share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Orange Heart, support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It helps us grow and reach more hearts. And remember this. The most attractive woman in any room is the one who doesn't need to be.